שלום. שלום. שמי ישי. שם? שם. שמי ישי.
מה שמך?
שמי ישי. שלום. מה שמך?
שמי מרים. שמי מרים. שלום.
שלום מרים. שלום. מה שמך?
שמי שם.
שמו שם. שלום. מה שמך?
אני מלאכי.
שמך מלכי. שמי ישי. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי רות.
או. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי עטרה.
או. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי יובל.
או. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי יסקה.
שלום, מה שמך?
שמי מיכאל.
או. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי אסתר.
או. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי דניאל.
או. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי אסתר.
לב, טוב. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי אדירה.
שלום, מה שמך?
שמי נועה.
טוב. שלום, מה שמך?
שמי דנה.
מה שמך?
שמי יובל.
שלום, מה שמך?
שמי יוסף.
טוב. שמך יוסף. טוב. ראש. ראש. יד. יד. ידיים. יד. יד. ידיים. רגל. רגל. רגליים. ראש. ידיים ורגליים.
ורגליים.
ראש, ידיים ורגליים. ורגליים. עין, עין, עיניים. שפה, 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 שפתיים. עיניים, אוזן, אוזן, אוזניים. עיניים, אוזניים. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. עיניים, אוזניים, שפתיים, אף. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. טוב. עוד פעם. עוד פעם. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. עיניים, אוזניים, שפתיים, אף. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. עוד פעם.
עוד פעם.
ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. ראש, ידיים ורגליים, ורגליים. עיניים, אוזניים, שפתיים, אף. ראש, ידיים ורגליים. something like ish anashim, shulchan, shulchanot. Okay, now, or charavot. So you're used to plural forms. So plural masculine would be im, plural feminine would be ot. Now, raglaim, aim, is actually not either one of those, right? So I'm going to do a dotted circle to represent any kind of letter. The pata, yod, chirik, and then final nun. So, ayin. Now, so you have feminine, masculine, or plural masculine, plural feminine, ayin here is actually different than the plural form anyway. Ayin is specifically a dual form, so it marks 2. So actually, you could have shlosha yadim, or a shalosh yadim, or sorry, so that's 3, my bad. Or you could have 3 raglim. But raglaim is specifically 2, and you see this dual ending ayin most often in paired body parts, right? So hands, feet, eyes, lips. Now, what's interesting, just cross-linguistically, so English doesn't have a dual ending, right? It's either singular or it's plural. Hebrew has singular, dual, or plural. Some languages put it in their morphology. They could have an ending that marks 3, or an ending that marks specifically 4, and a plural ending. So thankfully it's not one of those languages. Now, what's also nice about the dual form is that there's no masculine-feminine distinction. One thing to note, that all paired body parts it's grammatically feminine. So it's yadayim gedolot, or raglaim ketanot, or spatayim gedolot. Anyway, you'll read more about the dual ending. You'll memorize the dual ending with the flashcards, right? So you'll memorize regel, raglaim, yad, yadayim, sapa, spatayim, ozen, oznaim. So don't worry, you'll memorize it. This is all just to state at the forefront, the dual ending is distinct. It does not distinguish between masculine and feminine. And it specifically marks 2. You can see it on other words too, but we won't worry about that yet. You'll encounter it most often in paired body parts. And you're already off to a great start. You really want to hold it a song. We have not sung the Aleph Beit song yet, guys. Okay? Aleph Beit Gimel Dalet Hey Vav Chet Tet Yod Kaf Lamed Mem Samech Ayin Pei Tzaddik Kof Reish Shin Shin Tav. Shin right? Sin Shin. Yeah, Sin Shin. So here's something. So Sin and Shin, it's a little bit dirty how similar these letters are. And to remember, oh man, which one is it for the Sin? Is it on the left side or is it on the right side? Now, when you write out the alphabet, right? So you start with Aleph, and then you keep going, you write right to left. Now, if you write out the alphabet and you put these 2 letters together, Sin, Shin, you put the dots, and the dots go together, right? The dots kind of touch. So, I unfortunately didn't tell you this ahead of time for the quiz. Right? Sin, Shin, Tav. So that may be one helpful way to be able to remember what's what. But honestly, I still have to second guess myself. But it's best learning the difference between seen and sheen after multiple times of exposure. Let's sing the Aleph Beit song one more time. Aleph Beit Gimel Dalet Hey Vav Zayin Chet Tet Yod Kav Lamed Mem Nun Samech Ayin Pei Tzaddik Kov Reish Sin Shin Tav. All right. For the next 20 minutes or so, I'm only going to do things with half of the class, okay? This is partly on me and my restrictions as a teacher. I'm not yet at the point where I can engage all of you in the way that I want to. So for this activity, I'm going to do Malachi until Yonatan. Now, you will get a big activity second hour, but first hour, don't space out. Stay fully engaged and try to imagine what you would do, right? Maybe try to repeat what I'm saying in your head. Okay, so there's lots of ways of staying engaged. Le'at. Ku.
Oh, le'at. Oh.
Le'at. Ku.
Who? Come.
Who come? Who come? Le'at. Le'at. Kum. Shev.
Oh. Yuval. Who come?
Yoel. Who? Yoshev.
Yoel Yoshev. Aha.
Shem. Kum.
Who come?
Who come? Whom?
He come ah.
Come ah.
Come ah.
Le'at. Kum.
He come ah.
He kama.
Who come?
Who come? Kama. Come. Cool. Shev. Shvi.
He Yoshevet. Who Yoshev? Shem.
Lech el hashulchan.
Who Holech?
Oh.
Who Holech?
Who holech?
Oh, who Holech?
Lechi el hashulchan.
He Holechet.
Who holech?
He Holechet.
Kumi. Malachi. Who?
Ooh.
Lechi el hashulchan. Lech el hashulchan. Ruth holechet. Malachi holech. Le'at. Shem. Le'at. Shev al hashulchan. Vered le'at. Shvi al hashulchan.
Who Yoshev al hashulchan. He Yoshevet al hashulchan.
Yoel. Who Yoshev
Oh.
al kiseh.
Uh-huh.
Shem. Who הוא יושב על השולחן, ורד היא יושבת על השולחן, יוסף הוא יושב. יוסף יושב על כיסא. אנה יושבת על כיסא. יאשיהו הוא יושב על כיסא.
הוא יושב על כיסא?
שם יושב על השולחן.
שם יושב על השולחן?
ורד יושבת.
היא יושבת על השולחן.
קום. יונתן, יוסף, קום. חציה, קומי. יאשיהו, קום. יואל, קום. חציבה, קומי. אנה, קומי. חרב. חרב, כיסא, כבש, כלי, כלים,
כבשים.
ענה, לכי אל הכבש.
היא הולכת.
יונתן, לך אל החרב.
הוא הולך. הוא הולך אל החרב.
מרים, התהלכי. מרים מתהלכת. היא מתהלכת.
אני מתהלכת.
מרים, יהודית, היא עומדת. מרים עומדת. אני מתהלך.
אתה מתהלך?
אני מתהלך.
טוב.
יונתן, הוא עומד. הוא עומד. ענה עומדת. מלאכי עומדת.
מלאכי עומד.
הוא עומד.
הוא
עומד.
איש.
הוא איש. הוא עומד. רות היא. רות עומדת. מלאכי עומד. רות עומדת. שם? השם עומד?
אין שם עומד. שם יושב.
אין שם עומד, הוא יושב. הוורד עומדת?
אין ורד עומדת. היא יושבת.
יאשיהו. היאשיהו מתהלך?
אין יאשיהו מתהלך. יאשיהו עומד.
יאשיהו התהלך.
יאשיהו מתהלך.
חציה, התהלכי.
היא מתהלכת.
יוסף התהלך.
יוסף מתהלך.
היאשיהו עומד?
אין יאשיהו עומד. יאשיהו מתהלך.
המלאכי מתהלך?
אין מלאכי מתהלך. מלאכי עומד.
ענה, התהלכי. התהלכי.
ענה מתהלכת.
ברוך, לך אל כלי. יובל, לאט, לאט. לך אל הכלי. לאט.
יובל הולך
אל הכלי.
אל הכלי.
אין יובל מתהלך, הוא הולך אל הכלי. תלמידים, עמדו. קומי. יונתן עומד, קציה עומדת, יוסף עומד, יאשיהו עומד, חפציבה עומדת.
אתה עומד.
אני עומד.
אני עומדת.
היואל מתהלך?
אין יואל מתהלך. יואל עומד.
היואל יושב?
אין יואל יושב. יואל עומד.
כלי גדול. תלמידים, לכו אל הכיסאות. לכו אל הכיסאות, שבו על הכיסאות. כלי גדול, כלי גדול. מרים, עמדי בין הכלים. בין הכלים.
כלי.
מרים עומדת בין הכלים. יואל, קום, לך אל הכלי. עמוד בכלי.
יואל עומד בכלי.
יואל הוא עומד בכלי. מרים היא עומדת בין הכלים.
אתה עומד בכלי.
מרים היא עומדת בין יואל ובין ישי. היא עומדת בין הכלים. או מרים היא עומדת בין תלמיד. טוב, יואל הוא תלמיד, אני מורה. היא עומדת בין תלמיד ובין מורה. היא עומדת בין הכלים. אני עומד בכלי, ויואל הוא עומד בכלי.
אני עומדת בין אנשים.
טוב, איש. אנשים, היא עומדת בין אנשים. כבש,
אתה עומד בכלי?
אני אין עומד בכלי. אני עומד...
כבש הגדול.
אני עומד על הכבש. הכבש הקטון. הכבש הקטון.
כבש.
Ready. Go.
אוקיי.
יואל, לך אל הכיסא. מרים, עזבי. עזבי, עזבי, עזבי. I'm going to hide the small sheep, הכבש הקטון, and she's going to have to look for it. Can I push it? Oh, that would be so good. Okay, so it's behind the backpack. Now, if she's far away, we're going to go like this, okay? But if she's really close, you're going hot, right? So cold, hot. Miriam, Bowie. 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 Bowie el shulchan.
אני באה.
Miriam, bakshi. Bakshi et הכבש הקטון. bakshi et הכבש הקטון. מרים היא מבקשת. היא מבקשת. אין, תלמידים, אין מרים, אין מרים מתהלכת. מרים She's frozen still. תלמידים, מרים היא מוצאת את הכבש. אין מרים מבקשת, טוב, היא מוצאת. אין מרים מבקשת, היא מוצאת. טוב. מלאכי קום. אזוב. החרב הגדולה. Where should I go? הכבש הגדול. I can't get out. Malachi, go! Malachi, iba. Go! Uba. Malachi, bakesh. Et הכבש הגדול. בקש.
מבקש.
מלאכי הוא מבקש. אין מלאכי מוצא. הוא מבקש. הוא מבקש. אין נוח. אין נוח. כבש. הוא איש. בקש את הכבש. בקש. מצא את הכבש. Ana, Kumi. Yonatan, Ku. Yonatan, Ezov. Ana, Izvi.
Ah.
Izvu. Izvu.
He ozevet. Who ozev?
Hu Ozev.
Oh.
Hacherev, Haketana. Yonatan, Ana, Bo'u. Bo'u.
He ba'a.
There, Yonatan, Hu Ba.
Uh-huh.
Yonatan, Bo. Ana, Bo. Hacherev, Ketana. Bo. Hacherev. Cherev Ketana. Cherev Ketana. Bakesh at Hacherev Ketana. Bakshi at. Now, this time, no actions. Okay? No actions. Ooh. Bakshi et Hacherev Haketana. Bakshi, Bakesh.
Who mevakesh?
Yonatan, hu mevakesh, Ana, he mevakeshet.
Hayonatan Yoshev.
Ein Yonatan Yoshev, hu mevakesh. Ha'ana gratza.
Ein Ana Gratza. Ana.
Who won't say, Cherev, who won't say, Cherev ketana, Ein hu won't say, et ha-cherev ha-ketana. So it's not with all the props. That was a good test. Ana, Bowie, Yonatan, Bo. Ana, Bowie, imdi. Yonatan, Bo, Amod.
Yishai. Yishai Omed. Ben Yonatan. Uven Ana.
Ani Omed Bein Hatalmidim. Ani Omed Bein Yonatan Uvein Ana. Ani Omed Bein Hatalmidim. All right, before break, let me walk through what our students will be able to. So first one is students will be able to use first common singular pronominal suffix with shem, right? So shem was a vocabulary word. Shem. Now, if you add like my name, your name, it changes a bit, right? It's shmi, shimcha, shmech, yoel, shmo, ana, shma, right? So it condenses, but all of you who I asked were able to do shmi. Now, next week, I'll give you a little bit more guidance on the screen, but next week, we're going to have you at the beginning of class stand up and ask each other, ma shimcha, or ma shmech, ma shimcha. And don't write it out like you're asking a guy, say shimcha. If you're asking a girl, shmech, and then respond with shmi. But you're off to a great start. Just to tell you, there's so many repetitions in this class, okay? Don't get overwhelmed at first. You You guys did great this hour. There's so many repetitions in this class. All right. We also introduced you to the dual noun endings. Now, with this second section, students will be introduced to. In some ways, this is more for us and keeping us honest that we only try to introduce you to so many new things at once. So it's spaced out. And it's spaced out in such a way, usually it's like singular forms and plural forms. So there's lots of repetition. But anyway, what you were introduced to today that you had never heard of before was a dual form. So now you're introduced to the im being masculine plural, ot being feminine plural, and aim being dual, feminine or masculine. And then you were introduced for the first time to negation with aim. So before you had learned low, low. Today you were introduced to aim. Now with Hebrew, there's actually a distribution. There's some times where you will use low. Other times you will use aim. Basically, anything, if you're talking about in the present tense of what is happening or what someone is. You saw it in two different contexts, actually. Many times it was used with the participle, I'll get there in a second, of what somebody is doing or what somebody is not doing. You heard aim there. But you also heard it when I said, Noach, ain, kevis, hu ish. Right? So in that time where you don't even have a verb, but if you're negating what something isn't, you would use aim. Okay? It's hard to produce it to keep it right, but honestly, when you're reading the text, it doesn't matter if you read low or aim, they both mean not. Okay? So it's pretty simple as far as what you're reading. And again, you'll have homework on this next week, not this week. Next thing is singular participles. Maybe you may not have caught it. I'm sure you didn't catch it, but Hebrew doesn't actually have a present tense. It uses a participle. And in English, these are the ing verbs. I am running. And actually, it's very similar, where you can say, I am running, you are running, he is running, and the running form doesn't change. In Hebrew, it changes a little bit. It's going to change for, right? So you learn hu omed, he omeded. So there's going to be 4 forms of the participle. There's going to be masculine singular and plural, feminine singular and plural, which actually matches imperatives, right? So kum, kumu, kumi, komna. Which also matches how they inflect for adjectives and nouns. Masculine singular, masculine plural, feminine singular, feminine plural. And the adjective endings are going to be the same as participle endings. So, gadol, gedola, hu kam, he kam-a. So the feminine singular has the comments hey in an adjective just like it does in the participle. This is why we only do like 5 minutes of grammar talks. But you got all of this. So don't worry. The last bit of intentionally taught tonight for first hour is the interrogative particle ha. So English, you actually have to front the verb, like Marissa is walking. You would have to take the auxiliary verb and front it. Is Marissa walking? And you say yes. So you have to mark somehow that it's a question. So it's kind of similar. In English, you have to take the auxiliary word and you have to bring it to the front of the clause to mark that it's a question. Is Marissa walking? In Hebrew, you also mark a question with something at the front of the word, but it's actually distinct. You put ha, which, again, you'll have homework on this later, but is kind of like the article, but instead of apatach, it's chatef batach. Unfortunately, there are many cases where it sounds and looks identical as the article. But if you're reading along with the context, you'll know. And it's not tricky if you're reading it in the context. But anyway, that is the new grammar that you were introduced to. Take 10 minute break.